in proceeding before this court, whether it be with regard to evidence, the rules of evidence, the rules any of this, I think that you understand what I am indicating to. That is a felony punishment by favoritism. I'm not going to teach you better or worse than either side. I would advise you have elected to represent yourself in this matter. If there are times perils to be representing yourself, could not afford to hire one, you have to. I will also advise you that court will assure the same standards as anyone else conducting a proceeding before this court, whether it be with regard to evidence, the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, and the like. The court is not to.
I do not
show you any favoritism,
nor have I ever consented to personal jurisdiction
than either side.
I'm here to specifically cross-examine my accusers.
You're elected to represent yourself. If at any time you wish to be represented, let me just put it attorney. Could not this court has jurisdiction to inform the court of that as a person. I also have jurisdiction over the subject matter of these proceedings. So while you may disagree, I think
just, Your Honor, for the record,
is legally insufficient.
I just want to hear
your position is legally insufficient and irrelevant
I do not
to anything that we have to do.
Nor have I ever consented to personal jurisdiction.
Are the people ready to proceed?
I'm here to specifically cross-examine my accusers.
Thank you, Your Honor.
With that being said,
opening, and I will call.
Well, let me just put it to you this way. This court has jurisdiction
I
over
don't waive opening
as a person.
with
I
my
also
consent.
have jurisdiction over the subject matter of
With
these
my consent,
proceedings. So while you may disagree, I think your position you're not required to give an opening at preliminary examination, but your position is legally insufficient and irrelevant to anything that we have to do right now. Am I clear? Thank you. Let me call you first. Are the people ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Sir, please come forward to be called first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Michigan Rule
I will waive
Evidence
opening, and I will
615.
call.
I do have to, I am at my request to ask the other officers that will be giving testimony against me. I ask that they leave the room.
Are you making a motion to sequester?
Yes, clarification.
You're not required to give an opening at preliminary examination, but if you'd like to. Witnesses that will testify are hereby ordered sequestered. Thank you. All right, very good. Thank you.
I wasn't clear on what
Let me call you
rule that
first
was.
witness.
Sorry, but
Well, sir, please come forward to be.
Your Honor,
I got what he was getting at.
Michigan Rules of Evidence 615. I do have to, I am at my request to ask the other officers that will be giving testimony against me. I ask that they leave the room.
Are you making a motion to sequester?
thank you. Good afternoon, sir. How are you employed?
In your responsible people.
All right.
All
How long have you
right,
been employed in
witnesses that
that
will
position?
testify are hereby ordered sequestered. Thank you.
Well, once we found covered.
I wasn't clear on what rule that was.
April
Sorry,
24th.
but-
Wasn't.
In what capacity are you
But I got what
employed
he was
by
getting
the
at.
Ypsilanti Police Department?
A
police officer? Were you working on October 11th, 2024?
What
shift were you on that day? What is nights?
Thank you. You may inquire.
6 p.m. to 6
Good afternoon,
a.m.
sir. How are
And what were you
employed?
wearing that day?
Police Department.
And how long have you been employed?
Were you
in that
displaying your
position?
badge of office?
Since April of.
Were you
20 well,
operating
once we
a
found
patrol
covered,
car or a passenger in a patrol
April
car?
last year, ma'am.
April 24th? Contact with anybody In what who's capacity currently are in you
Oh,
the employed courtroom on by that the day? Ypsilanti Police Department? Who was that?
Um,
A police officer? And can you tell me where
You
he's sitting
working
and something that he's
on
wearing, please?
October
11th, 2024? What shift were you on that day? Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness identify the defendant?
That execution record shows
6
so
p.m. to
reflect.
6 a.m. Where did you come into
And
contact
what were
with
you
him?
wearing that day?
Were you displaying your badge of office? Is that
Were
in the city of
you
Ypsilanti? Operating a
County of
patrol
Washtenaw?
car or a passenger in a
State of
patrol
Michigan?
car? To come into contact
when
with
you got
anybody
to that
who's currently in
location,
the
do you recall about
courtroom
what
on
time
that
it
day?
was?
Who was that? Nighttime or daytime? And
Early
can
morning?
you tell me where he's sitting and something that he's wearing, please? When you got to that location, what did you observe? Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness identify the defendant?
That objection record shows so reflect.
Where did you come into contact with him?
Passenger tired, one is standing to his left.
Were either one of those people the defendant? Is that in the city of Ypsilanti? Where was the defendant? County of Washtenaw? State of Michigan?
Next to the person that was sitting on the ground.
And when you got to that location, do you recall about what time it was?
Myself.
Nighttime or daytime?
Officer Smith, Sergeant.
Early
Williams,
morning?
and from Magoo, and.
When you got to that
Officer Chief, I'm
location,
sorry,
what did you
and,
observe?
There was his friend, whatever his friend's name.
The person that was sitting by the passenger side of the tire was Mr. Magoo's friend? That's when you say his friend, that's who you're referring to?
To his left,
What happened when either one of those people got up to the area where Mr. Magoo and his friend were located? Where was the defendant?
He was standing up, right next to the person. Service friend sitting on the ground.
Who else was there when you were on scene?
Myself, I think it was Salsa Waters, and off the fire on the ground. We walked over because we were up the chief preparing for a fight. There was his friend, his friend's name.
The person that was sitting by the passenger side of the tire was Mr. Magoo's friend? That's when you say his friend, that's who you're referring to? What happened when you got up to the area where Mr. Magoo and his friend were located? Is that a brand name something?
We observed his friend sitting on the ground.
What happened next?
Saw a case of open, just trying to get ourselves a water and fireball on the ground. Like I said, we couldn't walk out because we're just sitting on the ground here for some fight. So I presume that he might have been, the description we got under the influence of alcohol is pretty heavy. So when we found the gentleman sitting on the ground, kind of slumped, just trying to see if he could just step up. If they're just trying to.
Would it be fair to say that Sergeant Gibbs took the lead a little bit on something? Is that a brand name? After Sergeant Gibbs approached the two men, what happened next?
So I'm really just trying to get a clear understanding of the records he has.
Notice how quickly the officers jumped from observing open bottles to assuming intoxication. But is that assumption enough to justify detaining someone? Keep that in mind. This detail will matter later.
Would it be fair to say that Sergeant Gibbs took the lead a little bit in approaching? After Sergeant Gibbs approached, what happened after you went hands? What happened next?
Sergeant Gibbs kind of around to where the car was. A couple direct hands on the way, walked them over to Sergeant Gibbs' patrol vehicle. At least two of them at that point to just leave. We're going to put it in the mission. Let's get the search out. We at that point before we can put him into the vehicle. So if I don't believe he did not. Officer Smith was our hands going to keep control of certain at point.
In what way were you there to keep control of him? What were you doing? What happened after you went hands on? Where were you staying?
Officer Smith was searching to the right, kind of around where the car was. Apprehension or searching to the right over to, we switched to the patrol vehicles at that point.
So Mr. Magoo is currently facing a vehicle and you're standing behind him to his right or to his left, depending on what side of him is being searched. What happened while Officer Smith was searching the defendant?
I was just there to made a couple of mistakes, keep control of him at that point.
In what way were you there to keep control of him? What were you doing?
Which is
where were you staying?
Officer Smith, I'm searching him to the right. I implicated he might run. At that point, after he finished searching to the right, I put my arm through his bitches out to the right side.
Why did you do that? So Mr. Magoo is currently facing a vehicle. Why would putting his arm up and you're standing behind him to his right or to his left, depending on what side of him is being searched? To keep him what?
Keep control.
To keep control. What happened while Officer Smith was searching the defendant?
Searching the left side, he had about. Remember, he got to work a lottery ticket. Remember, he had a pocket dashing or scattered one. Mr. Magoo kind of flinched a little bit one time. Okay, he might run. Put my arm at that point, or just to gain a little bit more control. And put my arm kick and kind of held him up against the car.
Why did you do that? His leg hit you in the groin area. Why you were standing putting his arm up and holding him against the car? Why would you do that if somebody mentioned they might run on this night? To keep him what? Have you had a chance to review a copy of the recording from your body-worn camera today? Was it a fair and accurate depiction of the original recording and of what happened that night? I move to admit People's Exhibit 1, Darnell Tyson's body-worn camera that has previously been disclosed to defendant in discovery. I'm going to be playing
Any objection to the submission?
We don't need to play the video.
His leg hit you in the groin area while you were standing behind him?
What is your objection?
And were you wearing a body-worn camera on this night? Have you had a chance to review a copy of the recording from your body-worn camera today? Was it a fair and accurate depiction of the original recording and of what happened that night? I move to admit People's Exhibit 1, Darnell Tyson's body-worn camera that has previously been disclosed to defendant in discovery. Thank you. And with the court's permission, I'd like to play from the beginning of the video to about the 4-minute and 10-second mark.
We don't need to play the video.
Whether we need to play it. What do you mean? What is your objection? You're saying that what's contained on the video is irrelevant?
I would like to finish
Hold on, can you pause?
I'm sorry. It's just started. Sorry.
What is the relevance? Tyson's has already had time to review himself.
Action is overruled. He has to lay the foundation.
Thank you, Your Honor. And is the exhibit admitted?
I've admitted it.
Exhibits.
Your objection is
Thank you.
as to
And with the court's
relevance.
permission, I'd like to play
Clearly,
from the
what
beginning
occurred
of the
that day
video
is
to about the
absolutely
4-minute and
relevant,
10-second
to
mark.
the shooting in this
All right,
case.
that's
So your objection to relevance. What do you mean?
What's your
Blondie, you may
objection? You're
proceed.
saying
Thank
that
you.
What's contained on the video is relevant? Hold on, can you?
I'm sorry, it's just started.
What is
Sorry.
What is the relevance of Officer Tyson's testimony? What are we, what?
He has laid a foundation regarding the video, which they've done. I admit it. Your objection is as to relevance. Clearly, what occurred that day is absolutely relevant, central to the shooting in this case. So your objection to relevance.
All right, here comes the body cam footage, the moment everyone's waiting for. Pay close attention to body language and tone, not just words. Sometimes the truth hides between the frames.
Do you understand me? Okay, that's fine. What you did? You don't get it. I just told you. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Sit.
Closing your arm. Go ahead. Say that. One more time.
Okay, that's fine. All you do is walk away.
All right, so
That's the thing, you can't do this. You understand that? Okay, you don't get it. Put it in the car. Stand up. I'm in the back seat. What are you looking for?
closing your arm. Go ahead. One more time.
No.
You let me
How about an iPhone? What are you looking for?
Yes, sir.
You're not gonna do it. Come on. What are you looking
Chill out, dog.
I didn't take it. How about an iPhone? What are you looking for? I'm looking at you. You're not gonna do it.
Officer Tyson, at any time did you give the defendant permission to assault you? Did you at any time give the defendant permission to kick his leg back into your crotch?
I didn't see any physical harm.
I heard the testimony.
What was that?
What's your objection?
I object, we watched the video and you're trying to lay that there's evidence of harm. I've seen no harm. We watched it and not once was there.
What is your?
Officer Tyson,
what
at
is
any
your
time did you give
objection?
the defendant permission
Perjury, that's my
to
objection.
Perjury?
assault you?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Did you at any time give the defendant permission to kick his leg back
You're trying to
into your
confirm that
crotch?
happened based off the video.
Hold it. No, Mr. Magoo, here's how I heard the
You don't
testimony.
address the prosecutor at all.
What's your objection?
I object.
We addressed the court.
We watched the video and she was trying to lay that there's evidence of harm. I've seen no harm. We watched it and not once was there.
What is your?
Ow.
What is
What
your
I
objection?
have just instructed you.
Perjury,
You
that's my
will not
objection.
address the
Perjury?
prosecutor directly.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is there anything unclear about what I
You're
just said?
trying to confirm that it happened based off the video. and
Hold it. No.
The
Mr.
facts
Magoo,
are-
here's
Is there anything You don't unclear address the prosecutor at with all. what I have
We
just
address the court.
said?
I'll try it. But she was the trier of fact.
Is there anything unclear
You're the trier of
about
facts.
what I have just said? I'm
I
going
don't
to give
know
you
what
one
you're
more
talking
shot to answer.
I mean,
What I
I'm
have
not-
just
thank you.
instructed you is you
You're
will
not
not
to
address the prosecutor directly.
If you need
To address the prosecutor, is there anything unclear about what I just asked the court?
Yeah, fundamentally, I thought that you're the trier of
Not
the
going to
facts.
happen. Is there anything
anybody in this court.
unclear
Understood?
with what I have
Thank you.
just said?
Ms. Lundy, anything further?
Ask the witness.
I'll try to avoid that.
Is
Good
there
afternoon,
anything
sir. Can you state your name and
unclear
badge number for the
about
record,
what
please?
I have just said?
Remind-
I'm gonna give you one more shot to answer.
I'm not.
Thank you, Mr. You're not to address the
What was your
prosecutor.
assignment on October 11th?
To address the
Approximately 2:50 in the morning.
prosecutor,
We're dispatched, like I
you
said,
can ask
to,
the court
Michigan Avenue.
prior to your addressing, because I'm not gonna have
And
your
at that
behavior
time, when you
for
showed up to
anybody in this court.
where did you, there was a parking lot?
Thank you.
Public parking
Anything
lot?
further?
Ask the witness.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and badge number for the record, please? Just for my end. At that time, did you ID anybody that was suspect to the dispatch that you were called to? What was your assignment on October 11th? Do you remember the dispatch record, how they described the
Dispatched,
people?
like I said, to, Michigan Avenue.
What was your reason for contact at that time when you showed up to the, where did you, it was a
Got there,
parking
saw a
lot,
gentleman sitting on the ground.
public parking lot?
Saw alcoholic beverages that were open, and he was slumped over.
Okay, so at that time, did you ID anybody that was suspect to the dispatch? Somebody were, a gentleman slumped over, no active fights. And then me. Do you remember the dispatch record? How they described reason to engage? Was I in, okay. What was your reason for contact with me?
The gentleman sitting on the ground was okay.
Okay, so it was
Saw a gentleman
just a
sitting on the
courtesy,
ground.
just a courtesy stop?
Objection. Ask the
Alcoholic
witness.
beverages that were
Sustained.
open, and he was
In
slumped
your
over.
words, would you say it was a
Okay,
courtesy?
so-
Objection.
Um,
Answered.
Alcohol, what is the objection?
Ask
Somebody's, a gentleman slumped over, a gentleman on the ground, and then was laying slouched over. Did you suspect him of any crime? Reason to engage?
No, sir, it's not to engage.
Did you suspect me of any crime?
Just to ensure that the gentleman
In
sitting on the
that,
ground
in
was
that video,
okay.
you heard, okay, so it was, just a courtesy, just a courtesy stop.
Objection. Ask and answer.
You heard him,
Sustained.
was it my legal obligation? In your words, would you say it was a courtesy to leave?
Objection. Ask and answer. Objection.
Sustained.
What is the objection?
Ask and answered.
Did you suspect the gentleman on the ground? Can you cite any legal authority? Did you suspect him of any crime? Permit a public? Did you suspect me of any crime? To leave a public place? Officer
Objection.
Gibb,
Form of the question.
Sustained.
Sergeant Gibbs, I'm sorry. As to what? What was it? You heard him inform of your. Was it my legal obligation
Of your
to
question.
leave? Okay.
It's improper.
Like, okay. Law or ordinance, was I required to leave? Conclusion. Can you cite any legal authority? I'm trying to understand why the probable cause, Your Honor, as to why I was arrested. A public place.
Objection. Form of the question.
Sustained.
There's still no clarity.
Hold up. Did you catch that? The judge is calling out the landlord for charging what sounds like a penalty, not a legitimate late fee. In legal terms, liquidated damages mean you're setting your own punishment, and that's a big no-no if it's not tied to actual losses.
Understand why the officer is the field officer, Your Honor. They have to be able to understand why I was arrested.
In what context are you talking about?
Your Honor, there's still no clarity.
Large and vague.
There's to define probable cause as an arresting officer.
Is it probable cause through that question? Probable cause in terms of this proceeding? Sustain the objection. What context do you really
Probable, yeah, probable cause to arrest. Can you define probable cause? Me that night.
Objection.
Or
Relevance.
any reasonable articulated suspicion. Your Honor,
Ma'am.
the officer is
It's
infield
actually
officer.
two different
They have
things. The
to be
defendant
able to
was originally
understand
asking
what probable cause
about
is.
probable
In
cause
what
to arrest, and then
context are
he
you talking
revised it and said he's asking specifically about the
No, I
probable
was
cause to arrest
asking
him,
large-
which is not the question he asked.
To
So my
define
objection
probable cause as
is
an
it
arresting
will
officer.
continue.
I'll sustain the objection. I'll allow him to attempt to
cause in
refer.
terms of this
Your Honor,
proceeding?
I'm
In
trying
what
my hardest
context
to
do you
word
wish
this
to
properly.
try
Probable, so please. Yeah, probable cause to arrest and efforts me that night to get clarity. Any reasonable articulated suspicion. I'm trying to figure out under
Ma'am.
what authority
It's actually
is there
two different
when you-
things. The
when you
defendant was
knew that
originally
I
asking about probable cause
a
to arrest, and
suspect
then
in
he
crime.
revised it and said he's asking
Right.
specifically about
To arrest?
probable cause to arrest him, which is not the question he asked. So my objection is
So maybe we
it
can
will
get past this.
continue.
I'll sustain the
An
objection.
officer
I'll
can
allow him
arrest
to
for a
attempt to refer.
crime they
Your
believe
Honor,
or
I'm
suspect was
trying my
committed
hardest
in
to
their
word this
presence. That
properly,
would be
so
one
so
basis.
please.
Based upon what I
efforts
saw in the video,
to
there would be a
clarity
basis
here.
for
I'm
that
trying to.
arrest. If that helps you at all.
I'm trying to figure out under what authority
So you can go on to your
is
next
there
question.
when you knew that I wasn't
Sergeant Diaz asked you to walk away.
a suspect in a crime.
Authority to do what?
You asked me to walk
arrest
away. How far would have been a safe distance?
Objection.
So maybe we get
Speculation.
questions.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Sustained.
trying to.
An officer can arrest for a crime they
I walked
believe a
5 feet
suspect
away.
was
Would that have
committed in their
satisfied your
presence.
order?
That would be one basis.
To figure out
Based upon what I saw in the video, there would be a basis for that arrest. If that helps you at all. So you can go on to your next question.
We were there for the gentleman sitting on the ground. Sergeant Diaz was intoxicated. We didn't ask on the search hands. We saw open
You asked me to walk away.
alcohol.
How
And the
far
fireball
would
was
have been a safe
alcohol on the
distance?
ground.
Objection.
To the-
Speculation.
Yes.
Sustained.
Your duty was to
I've
safeguard
walked 5
my
feet away.
friend. Would that have satisfied your order?
At that time, we were just trying to figure out if you needed any medical attention for him. And
Are you a medical
as you
expert?
were in it for like a week,
When Sergeant Smith began searching me,
we weren't there. We were there
did
for
I
the
show
gentleman
you
sitting
any
on the
signs
ground.
of
Appeared to be intoxicated.
hesitation or did
Based on the
I
circumstances,
feel like I was
we saw
threatened?
open
Did I show you any
alcohol.
signs?
Objection
And the fireball
as
was
to
alcohol
speculation
on the
of
ground.
what the defendant thought.
To
This
the-
this witness can't answer what the
towards his
defendant thought.
Your duty
rest of the
was
questions.
to safeguard my friend.
The objection, I'm answering if you
At
can.
that time, we were just trying to.
Did I
see if
do
you needed any
anything
medical
to make you
attention.
feel like you were threatened? Are you a medical? Let me rephrase it. Sorry. When Sergeant Smith began searching, the first vehicle is the one that I show you any signs of hesitation or did I feel like I was threatened?
You guys
Did I show you
detained
any
me up
signs?
against that vehicle,
Objection
right?
as to speculation of
Is that correct?
what the defendant thought. This witness can't answer what the defendant thought.
You were moving
The
me
rest
out
of
of
the
the way.
questions.
Did I do anything?
I'll overrule the objection, I'm answering if you can.
Okay.
Did I do anything?
What was the
to
point
make
of
you
moving
feel
me
like
out of
you
the
were
way?
threatened?
So at which point in time did you decide?
Let me
that
rephrase it.
the
Sorry.
Handcuffs.
There's 2 vehicles, right? The first vehicle is the one that the gentleman slouched